This is the best bodyweight ring workout program, and in this video I'm going to discuss on why I think that is and maybe why you want to try it out as well. The program that I'm using is called Bodyweight rings, and I'll have some before and after photos, so make sure you watch till the end of the video. I want to mention that these are just some of my thoughts and my opinions, so if you care about some random guy's opinion on the internet, well then, here it is. This is an unsponsored review of Bodyweight rings, but I will have it linked down in the description, and then also anything that I mention in this video, I will also have linked in the description as well. So first, let's talk about what is Bodyweight rings. And Bodyweight rings is an upper body calisthenics workout program that specifically focuses on using rings as kind of the sole equipment that is needed. Bodyweight rings is a 18-week workout program that helps you build hypertrophy, or in other words, helps build the size of your muscles. And then also it's going to help increase your strength. In these clips that I'm showing you guys is my 18-week journey through Bodyweight rings. Each week there are 4 workout sessions, and each of those sessions lasts between an hour to an hour and a half. The next thing we need to know is who is Daniel Vadnal. So Daniel Vadnal, he's been teaching calisthenics for over 10 years. He has an undergraduate degree in exercise science and then also a master's degree in physiotherapy. So he knows what he's talking about, and he's got the knowledge and experience to back it up. So we've talked about what is Bodyweight rings and who is Daniel Vadnal, but now let's talk about what is the main goal and the purpose of Bodyweight rings. And like I mentioned earlier, Bodyweight rings is going to help you build muscle strength and also muscle size, or in other words, hypertrophy. And this is going to help you develop those things by strictly using calisthenics and rings. So if some of your goals is to help you build strength by using bodyweight and also muscle size by using bodyweight, then maybe this program is for you. But wait 1 second, because I need to first explain some of the pitfalls that I have experienced while using Bodyweight rings. So I want to share with you guys 3 things that have hurt my progress with Bodyweight rings. And first, that is going to be diet. About the first 6 weeks that I was using Bodyweight rings, I did not change my diet. I did not increase my protein intake. So my body was getting stronger, but I was not getting bigger. I was not seeing that hypertrophy that I was supposed to see. So a good diet is something that you do need to focus on while using Bodyweight rings. The second thing is you need to make sure that you devote time to Bodyweight rings. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to take an hour to an hour and a half, and that's 4 times a week. I definitely skipped a few times, and that also hurt my progress. And the third thing, we want to make sure that we are doing quality reps. We don't want to just go through the motion just to get done with the workout, because that is also going to hurt your progress. So those are the 3 things that hurt my progress with Bodyweight rings. I just wanted to let you guys know those. So let's get back to the review. So it's good to know that there are a lot of people who have tried Bodyweight rings and they've seen good progress. And if you wanted to check those out, those are on Daniel Vadnal's website. So we've talked about the goal of Bodyweight rings, but now let's talk more specifically about the benefits of training with gymnastics rings. So why would you work out with rings instead of going to a gym and lifting weights? There's quite a few benefits to train with rings, in my opinion, versus going to a traditional gym. And one of the biggest benefits, I think, is the minimal equipment. Really, the only thing you need to purchase is going to be gymnastics rings. That's really the only equipment you'll need. And if you want to know what pair of rings I use, I'll leave the link down in the description. So if we compare the price of gymnastics rings to a traditional gym where you go buy a membership, memberships maybe around $5 to $10 a month. Eventually, the membership is going to be more expensive. The second thing is going to be it uses up minimal space. So compared to a weightlifting gym, you have a bunch of weights. You have 10 sets of dumbbells, different size dumbbells. You have a bench press, you have a squat rack, all those kinds of things that take up space. For gymnastics rings, you really only need a place to hang them up, and that's all you need. So some of the cons that I have for training with rings is it can be difficult to find a place to hang up your gymnastics rings, especially if you live in an apartment like me. I had to buy basically a pull-up bar to hook my gymnastics rings up to, and then I could train with rings. I can't do all of the exercises in Bodyweight rings because my setup is a little too unstable. You do have to get creative and use different equipment. Sometimes you do have to use weights. Some of these clips you see me using a cable machine. That's to simulate rings and to do different workouts. But this might not be a con if you own your own home and you have a place to set up gymnastics rings. Some other benefits that I see while training with rings is going to be the compound movements as well as training stabilizing muscles. So what do I mean by both of those? For example, when doing ring push-ups, your body struggles to keep the rings steady. Your shoulders, your abs, and your chest are constantly contracting to keep your rings stable. Another benefit that I see with training with rings is going to be calisthenics skills. So if you're like me and you want to learn handstand push-ups, straddle press to handstand, those different types of calisthenic skills, then this is also going to help you. Another benefit that I see with rings is going to be it trains your stabilizing muscles. So what does this mean? It means that your body is trained and is strong while moving unstable objects. And also, I think it's going to help prevent more injury because you are used to and you're strong while carrying unstable objects. The last benefit that I see with training with rings, and this has to do with calisthenics as well, but I think training with rings and calisthenics is way more fun than a traditional weightlifting gym. And the reason I say that is because your body is actually moving while you're working out, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment slightly more than just strictly using weights. This is totally subjective, but I think training with rings is more fun than strictly training with weights. But I don't want you guys just to take my word for it. So if you guys have started training with rings or you guys have tried Bodyweight rings, then leave some comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. So next I want to mention some of the exercises used and then also why they're used in Bodyweight rings. So there's around 40 different exercises used in Bodyweight rings, and I'm just going to share a couple that I think are really good and I really appreciate that they were in Bodyweight rings. I really like how Daniel Vandal has the compound movements, and these are kind of like the very base level stuff. So this is your pull-ups, push-ups, dips, and rows. Those compound movements, those are what really help you develop your foundation. Some other exercises that I really appreciate that are in Bodyweight rings is going to be face pulls. And the reason for this is because face pulls are going to really help your rotator cuffs and your shoulders just develop more strength and stability. And that's what really that's going to help you do is help prevent injury. Some other good exercises are going to be chest fly and rear delt flies. These are going to help target certain muscles for muscle growth, but also it's going to help with your straight arm strength, which is something that's not talked about too often. And the one thing that I wish Bodyweight rings had included in it is going to be more skills type of training. But again, this is not the purpose of Bodyweight rings, so I do understand why this is not a main focus. But Daniel does have some different programs that are more focused on skills. So maybe in the future, I'll have to check those out. So let's talk about the price of Bodyweight rings. And currently at the time of filming this, it is $99 US. But it is good to know that Daniel does do sales every so often. So keep an eye out and maybe pick up Bodyweight rings when it's on sale. And if you guys have tried Bodyweight rings, what are some of the pros and the cons that I missed? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And what are my final thoughts on Bodyweight rings? Well, I think Bodyweight rings is a great program. Daniel Vandal is very experienced. He has a layout of all the different exercises, how to do them, why they're good. And Daniel's got a great ebook that you can read that's going to help you get the best out of Bodyweight rings, as well as he has the structure of each phase on a easy to read PDF. So all in all, what are my thoughts on Bodyweight rings? Well, I think Bodyweight rings is an amazing workout program, especially if you are wanting to learn rings and train with rings. This is by far the best program in my opinion. And if you guys are wondering what kind of progress and strength gains I was able to achieve with Body by Rings, then click on this video right here.